Well, how's it going, guys? We've actually had some rainfall, a reasonable amount tonight, or today even, and decided to get out. It's come up to around about 9 PM. Decided to head out, do a spot of barbel fishing again, and fish a rather sumptuous area of river, and just once again back out on one of my favourite ways to catch them, centre pin. And as I say, there's forecast for some heavy downpours in the early hours, the chance of it anyway, and by heck I think our waterways really are grateful, and certainly the fish will be as well. Anyway, just using the same method as my previous video, fishing on the Marco Cortese Mark II centre pin loaded with 12-pound Shimano Visitech line, Shimano Vengeance power barbel rod, or barbel power rod. I always get it mixed up which way round it is. That's a 1 3/4 pound test curve. Nice action to it, very nice action, enjoyable to play the fish on such a rod and the pin. Now going down from there, same as last time, a little, this looks larger than what it is, but it's not that large. It's about an ounce gripper. I could use really a bottle lead or similar. There's not much flow. I tend to put this on as well, just have a little feel about in the swim before casting. I don't like to, you know, mess about in the swim too much, but I do like to have a little feel that I'm in a clearish area. Now running down from there is quick change run ring. Seen this numerous times. I don't really want to bore any of you chaps that have seen it, but just in case anyone who hasn't. And then running down from there, Erdwin sink braid. That's in a 12-pound breaking strain, and a size 8 Palatrax the hook with a little Gardner liner. That'll be pinned down with a little bit of putty. And I'm just using black snail boilies, which I highly rate. If there was a top 4 or top 5 of boilies, they would be highly recommended by myself for for barbel. I know they are mainly used for carp, but they're brilliant for barbel, as you'd expect, as are a lot of carp boilies, or you know, boilies that are developed for carp fishing that work great for barbel. But I feel this has got a little bit of that edge, to say the least, because it is water snail, nice and natural in its own way, the ingredients contents. But anyway, just doing that, using 15-18mm baits wrapped in matching paste and glugging the bait as well. I'm going to put a little bit of birdseed in a minute, but as I say, didn't get down to around about 9:30, and going to fish into the cover of darkness. But the conditions are, well, they're absolutely spot on in my opinion. But this can be a moody waterway, and it either happens or it doesn't happen. You can have nailed on conditions, and it can certainly tell you to get lost, mate, you're not going to have any fish tonight. But yeah, here's hoping, fingers crossed, hopefully get a second Loddon barbel of the season. That would be really splendid. But as always, every fishing trip, it's just nice to be out with the chance of a fish and just being able to relax and, you know, switch off and switch into a bit of a relaxed kind of hunter's mood and mindset, and just enjoy the wildlife, enjoy the setting and the scenery. And if that pin does make merry, it's an added bonus. It's a good, nice area here. I will try to give you it in some details. I only got a little bit of footage before the light faded, but you've got a narrow run to your right with cabbage patch, thick with cabbage patch. And it's like a bottleneck. Then this area opens out almost like a kidney shape. So you've got a narrowing, then a pacey area off the front, then close into my near bank you've got a lovely kidney shape. It's quite a bit of a slap. Then down on my near bank margin, it's just literally full with lily pads. Until about a metre out, and then all the way downstream. So what I've done, I've placed the bait just in front of the pads, just in front enough to be on the crease where there's a little bit of flow. My idea is, I'm thinking that, you know, I always say you don't need lots of features. You can have underwater features, you don't need to have lots of snags, lots of surface features, as long as the topography of the riverbed and the actual weed beds that are there, you know, provide shelter, provide an area where there's gullies, where there's an area for food to collect over the years where the river's flooded and scoured out the bottom, there's pockets where food does collect. The fish will act and transition from other areas through to these spots, and they can be really, really decent areas. So that's the plan. Single rod, as you saw, centre pin, and yeah. Who knows? I am hopeful. I've had some, you know, tough trips in the past on the Loddon, and it always throws, you know, curveballs at an angler. But that's what, in my opinion, I do say this: if you can fish the Loddon, you can fish many rivers. If it sets quite a high difficulty level for an angler. Anyway, I'm going to sit down, not make any noise, be as quiet as a tubby guy can be, and hopefully that pin will spin once again and we might have a barbel or carp on our hands. Who knows? It's like we're into a chub. Very nice. Very confident take as well. In you go. Oh, there we go. Result of that lovely take that I just had. Not quite a 4-pound chub. Certainly got a lovely stature about it, but it's 3 pound 14 ounces. Yeah, very nice, very welcome Loddon chevin, and really, really nice hearty scrap. I had a click earlier on the centre pin and I thought, yeah, something's about. As I say, it's a very broad fish, isn't it? You'd think that was 4 or over 4, but no, 3 pound 14. Just draw myself back. Very nice. Very, very welcome. And got a nice brassy build to it anyway. Let's get that slip back. Very nice and always very welcome. We're in again, guys. Feels a decent fish too. Oh, it's a good fish. Excuse me, I'm going to put the check on. Come on, Mark. please, you're killing me. You're killing me. Oh, you beauty. A very pleasing £12 exactly. £12 on the button. A little bit more of that little bit of weed there. But yeah, how's about that? Brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely mint. And what a brawler. I tell you what. I was in a combination of hysterics when I landed it. My thumb got smashed by the pin as it roared off. And yeah, what a scrapper. What a feisty fish. How perfect is that? An absolute beauty. Really chuffed, guys, really chuffed. As I say, £12 exactly. I'll draw myself back a bit. You can see it's a beautiful, heavy, and I mean heavy, my arms are killing me from the scrap anyway, heavy female, an absolute princess of the river. And that's just taken on the black snail boilie wrapped in matching paste. Really, really ever reliable. Let's have a little look at that. Lovely. You can't beat the hood on the barbel. It's almost built like an absolute nuclear powered submersible. But yeah, very, very, very happy with this. Beautiful. It's gonna slip back. Now she's well rested. She's ripe and ready to go, so off you go, my dear. Swim steady and free. And yeah, I'm not best pleased, gardener, that I had to stick a Pop-Tart wrapper in the metal ferrule. You know, I blame you for two things there, guys. Poor equipment and making me break part of my diet by eating a Pop-Tart. No, not obviously not the second part, but yeah, that popped out just as I was resting the fish, and that could have ended up with a fish downstream with a metal ferrule here popping out, taking the landing net head with it. Not great. At least she's fully recovered and off to live and fight another day. Well, what a brilliantly impromptu trip. Decided to get down the river. Didn't get down that early. By the time I was casting, it was around about 9:20, 9:35. Camera's quite deceiving. It really does gain up nice and able to show you guys a bit of scenery whilst I was getting the rod out. But yeah, wow. Nicely well built chub. A couple of ounces under 4. And then that take, I tell you what, I was just watching the isotope. I'll tell you what. If centre pins were a drug addiction, that'd be cocaine, I promise you. Saw the isotope, boom boom, and that was it. I was straight on it, and I tell you what, that took me merry dance. I say straight on it, but my thumb, it's clattered me. The handle of the pin as it spun, and I went to lock the drum. Bang! Smacked me on the thumb. Well, I sure as heck weren't going to let the fish run too far. There's pads downstream, and ooh, what a feisty fight. It's in absolutely perfect condition. I've got a couple of very quick still photos of it, not the best self-takes that I've ever taken, but you know, having the fish out on the bank for the film, I'm not risking anything more than that. A quick couple of snaps and back she's going, you know. First and foremost, fish welfare. But talking fish welfare, the gardener pole, after I landed her, or just as I landed her, I lifted to draw the net back, and the metal ferrule, which is attached to the end of the carbon fibre of the gardener landing net pole, I just heard a... I was like, no! I literally dashed as I can, I flipped sideways, stung on the side of me, and just grabbed the net. I mean, you could imagine it. Fish then goes off down there, snaps, just say it happens, goes back out. Remember, I've not unhooked it, and then snaps you up, and it's floating about in a net. It's, you know, that'll get super glued when I get in, but I shouldn't really have to be repairing products all the time, should I? You know, I look after my stuff. Yes, granted, I'm an angler that, you know, uses his gear, you know, and it's supposed to be used, you know, I think. Well, these products, I mean, I've just repaired a lone angler landing net pole. Plastic thread, I'm like, who does that? Plastic thread on the landing net pole? That's stripped out, so I had to Dremel it open, Dremel it out, and insert a metal thread from a paint stick. So, and then to have this happen then like 5 or 6 days later, I mean, I thought, Jesus, what's going on here? You know, and it's a little bit perturbing, because I'm pretty sure the money that us anglers spend, I say it time and time again, isn't second-hand money and second-hand quality money. And we do expect to have products that have got longevity and are durable. So, Gardener, if you're watching this, guys, it's a damn good pole. I like it for its length, you know, 3.2 metres. You know, you're fishing high banks, you can't get a better landing net pole than that, I would say. Anyone always asks me, best 2 long landing net poles, Gardener landing net pole and the discontinued lone angler one, just for their length. Yeah, so guys, if you're watching it, Gardener, it's a nice landing net pole, but bloody hell, I don't know what you're using to glue the end of the metal thread on. Pritt stick? No, not best pleased with that, but as I say, I will repair it when I get home. Although it always feels like these days with products that they're better after you've repaired them than when you've purchased them new, and I'm just, it does my Swede in, basically. It really does. You know, I think back to all the older items. We had a Bosch washing machine, you know, that lasted, I don't know, a crazy amount of years, maybe 30 years. And you know, all the newer washing machines, newer fridges, newer reels and rods, fishing tackle, they don't seem to have the same quality that should be there. But there we go, I'm waffling and I'm ranting, but I'm just happy that the fish is okay. I managed to sandwich a little plastic bag into the ferrule so it jams it in place so she can rest up. But heck, if she drifted off downstream in the net, oh, I hate to think, really, especially as, you know, they do take a little bit of time to recuperate. There you go. Anyway, so that is a very enjoyable trip, as I say, guys. If you have enjoyed it, and I have waffled a little bit at the end, a little bit pepped up with adrenaline, pepped up with too much adrenaline with the landing net head coming off like that, or the head of the landing net pole coming off. But if you have liked the video, do take time to perhaps give that thumbs up button a cheeky thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to me or to my channel, click the red button down below, subscribe button, hit the bell icon. You'll be kept notified of all updates and the back catalogue of old videos there. Anyway, until my next trip, I'd like to wish you well. I hope you're all having a good time with your fishing. I hope you're having some very varied and enjoyable trips, ups and downs. It's what it's all about, just being out there, enjoying every moment, be that catch or blank. Anyway, take care, guys. Goodbye.